Hey everybody, welcome back to the Thinking Crypto channel. I have some very big updates to share with you all. We're going to talk about the Crypto FUD Tribunal of Bill Maher, Charlie Munger, and Warren Buffett. They have been on the tear here talking negatively about crypto and Bitcoin. But we have some interesting updates around XRP. Peter Brandt has flipped from bearish to bullish on XRP and has apologized to the XRP community. This is interesting. We're going to break it all down. In addition to Bitcoin's Taproot upgrade is live. So before I get into it, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button, leave a comment below, and hit the subscribe button if you're new here. It helps support the channel and it doesn't cost you anything. Guys, friendly reminder, I have a free weekly newsletter, link in the description. Please sign up. Also, I'll be interviewing two folks this week, which you don't want to miss. Phil Bonello, Director of Research at Grayscale Investments, as well as the CEO of Proppy. So you don't want to miss those. Be sure you hit that subscribe button with the notification bell enabled. So the market, not much going on except Ethereum is close to $3,000. And as we've been talking about over the past months, that was certainly a target that was going to be reached eventually. And I do think, once again, as I've said before, $10,000 at the peak of the bull market. Could I be wrong? Of course. But I do think there's a strong bullish case here. Now, Bitcoin, it looks like it's still trying to break out to go even higher, but we're making our way there. It looks like we have some green candles, but look, we can't rule out that things could still move sideways or go down a little bit more before we break out. Unfortunately, this is the nature of the crypto market, right? And sometimes Bitcoin doesn't go according to how we want to. But macro level now, and I'll show you Plan B's tweet here. We're still on track. Look at the stock to flow model, right? When you zoom out, when in doubt, zoom out, my friends, and you'll see the respective closes for each month. Has been improving with the exception of April, which dropped a little bit. But here's what Plan B had to say. New dot, slightly down after 6 months up. Looks like the perfect setup for a jump towards $100,000. So patience is a game here. You got to zoom out, and we have seen pullbacks historically for the monthly closes. If you go back to the 2017 bull run to 2013, there's going to be pullbacks along the way. It's not going to be a straight line up, right? So keep that in mind. That's why I point you to these macro level charts versus just the daily, weekly, monthly charts. So this is interesting, guys. Peter Brandt, the well-known trader, obviously a very successful trader and well-known. Well, here's what he tweeted. I need to express my greatest respect and awe for the Ys and Zs who are embracing investing, trading, and cryptos in a remarkable way. I welcome you to the world of trading, and I am learning a lot from you. I hope Bitcoin, XRP, et al. Go to the moon and beyond. And then he said here, ran into available character limit. I've been harsh on XRPers, and they have proved me wrong. This makes me laugh because I remember this guy posting just bearish, just FUD. I mean, about XRP, like, oh, XRP holders are gonna be left holding the bag and this and that and all kinds of crap. Now, I know this guy's game too, guys. He probably has a short or a long in, right? He probably has, he has a long in maybe for Bitcoin and XRP. So I know the games him and other guys play, like even Mike Novogratz. Remember, these guys are traders. They have huge funds. They will put a narrative out there and do the opposite many times. They're looking to make money. But it's interesting that he came out and with the additional tweet saying he's been harsh on XRPers. And he has been. He's specifically targeted at putting out FUD. So great to see the flip in sentiment, but it wouldn't surprise me if there's something else going on here, like a long or a short, right? He can play that narrative, especially having near 500,000 followers on Twitter. This is a game that's played. So I hope your eyes are open to this. When you see someone tweet something, you have to go back to the data, like the macro level chart of the stock to flow model, zooming out, looking at market cycles to see, is this statement correct in that does it line up with what's happening? Or is this seems like a fabricated tweet or a statement to maybe push selling pressure for a short, or to get people to buy in for a long? Who knows, right? That is something I pay close attention to, so I don't just take everybody's word for granted here on Twitter or what they tweet. I make sure I align that with the facts and to see, does this make sense, right? Anyway, guys, moving along here, Bill Maher, the comedian, who I could really care less for, but he put out a big hit piece on crypto, guys. Now, when you look at the video, and I highly suggest you do, he talks about certain things like Bitcoin mining using a lot of power and climate change and so forth. And those are facts, right? I'm not pushing back against that. But what he did, he painted the entire market with a broad stroke, guys, with a broad brush here. He essentially said the entire market is a joke, because he started out by talking about Dogecoin and so on and so forth. So you cannot say, it's like going back to the 90s and saying, oh, pets.com doesn't make any money. All they do is run ads. So the entire .com market is just a joke. It's just an ad-driven economy. But there was Amazon there was Google, there was eBay, and so on and so forth, right? So that's my only problem with it. So it does come off as a FUD piece when you listen to it. He's essentially trashing the entire market. There are legit projects. See, right here, he puts all the cryptos up, and he says the entire market's a joke. Dude, XRP is not a joke. Bitcoin is not a joke. The basic attention token is not a joke. There's legit things being built. Ethereum is not a joke. So a big time hit piece on mainstream media here, and this makes me bullish. You may say, why does that make you bullish, Tony? What's wrong with you? He just told 11 million people that crypto is a joke. Well, guys, when something is getting to a point of mainstream adoption, and we saw this with the internet, there was hit pieces being put out about the internet, that the internet's a fad. Why would I need to use the email? I could just use fax machines. This reeks of that same type of strategy there. Now, we don't know, obviously, the motives behind this. Could it be some donations, some people, the banks, different banks and so forth coming in saying, hey, run this piece on crypto. Here's some information. Those are the things that could be happening, right? I wouldn't put it past the mainstream media, folks. We know how this works. This game works. So it makes me bullish, because it screams of desperation to try to make crypto look bad when you have the likes of JP Morgan launching a Bitcoin fund, and Goldman Sachs is here, Morgan Stanley, and you're going to try to come say crypto's a joke. I'm too smart for that. I've been around the block many times with crypto, and I know some of you who may be new to the market, you're like, oh man, this is kind of put some doubt in my mind, right? But that's why it's important to do your own research, and you don't just listen to a talking head on TV. You have to go do the reading, look at the SEC filings, look at who's hiring who, and that's why I share those news items with you. Who's investing, who's acquiring items, and so on and so forth. So big time FUD piece. I can't play the whole thing here because it's probably copyrighted. So I can play the Charlie Munger and Warren Buffett news here, but man, the Berkshire Hathaway, looks like they had a shareholders meeting here, and they were asked about Bitcoin. And I like this title that was applied to this video: "Dinosaurs Unhappy About Impending Asteroid Strike." Let me play it here for you guys.
Well, those who know me well are just waving the red flag of the bull. Of course, I hate the Bitcoin success, and I don't welcome a currency that's so useful to kidnappers and extortionists and so forth, nor do I like just shuffling out a few extra billions and billions and billions of dollars to somebody who just invented a new financial product out of thin air. So I think I should say modestly that I think the whole damn development is disgusting and contrary to the interests of civilization. And I'll leave the criticism to others.
These guys are upset. Now, let me break down a few things, because I always want to keep it real with you guys. I respect Warren Buffett and I respect Charlie Munger. What they have done, these guys are filthy rich. They've been successful as hell investing in stocks and other assets, right? We know, though, at the current age, they have not gotten technology very well. They were late to the game with the tech boom, with Apple and all the other stuff. So they're not perfect. They have flaws in what they've done. But they had a really strong run where they made a lot of money. Now, at their current age, and I'm not being an ageist, but I'm just looking at the track record here, they haven't done well with technology stocks. And they're invested in a lot of banks as well. And this is public record, right? You know, they are in a lot of the Bank of America, BNY Mellon, and so forth. Bitcoin and crypto is stealing money out of their pockets because it's a new asset class. People are putting their money into it. And it's something these guys are having a hard time wrapping their heads around. And check this out. The timing of all this is interesting because this was published May 1st, right, on Fox Business. Warren Buffett faces impatient investors as Berkshire Hathaway returns decline. So their performance, Berkshire Hathaway's performance has been down. It's on the decline. And like I said, a lot of money is moving out of the traditional assets and being put into the crypto asset class. So these guys are mad as hell. You can tell, right? And they're getting disrupted. And I like what Barry Silbert said. I look forward to selling lots of Bitcoin to Berkshire Hathaway at $100,000. Eventually, they will be forced to capitulate, go full capitulation, just like Jamie Dimon, just like JP Morgan, right? We saw Jamie Dimon, same type of sentiment. It's a fraud. It's a scam. You'll lose all your money. Don't talk to me about it. I'll fire any of my employees who are touching this stuff. Now, JP Morgan's launching a Bitcoin fund for wealthy investors. They are providing banking services to Gemini and Coinbase. Their analysts are putting out reports about Bitcoin, talking about price predictions and everything. So I hope you see the bigger picture here, what's happening. Once again, I respect these guys. I don't want to trash them, but they are getting disrupted. That is what's happening. They're angry about it. But as always, I look at things from a 360 perspective, a holistic perspective. They could also have a position already and just putting out FUD to not have people buy in now, but have them buy in at a higher price. Once again, we know how the game works, guys. You know, you got, many of you should know now, right? At least if you've been subscribed to this channel. Smoke and mirrors moves are one of the tactics that these big time wealthy investors use to manipulate the public to make money, whether it be on their longs, their shorts, or they don't want the public buying in at the prices they're buying in. They're going to buy in, then they pump it later on, and then they just flip the script 180. Same, just like JP Morgan, right? We've seen this over and over, guys. So very interesting, and we'll see at what price they capitulate at. Now, Bitcoin Taproot activation has begun. Miners now have 3 months to get on board. The upgrade has been years in the making. Time to see if the deliberation has paid off. So this is a big update, guys. Today's difficulty adjustment kicks off the first phase of activation for the upgrade, Bitcoin's biggest in years, which, among many things, will make Bitcoin multi-signature transactions cheaper, more private, and easier to deploy. Starting today, miners who wish to adopt the upgrade can signal their support by including special data in the blocks they mine called a signal bit. If 90% of the blocks mined during this difficulty period include the Taproot signal bit, or any other roughly 2-week difficulty periods that occur between now and the August 11 timeout, then the upgrade is locked in for activation in November this year. Unlike a centralized network that can be changed unilaterally, a decentralized network like Bitcoin requires coordination from a global user base to make substantial changes to its code, and it also requires intensive coordination among stakeholders to deploy these changes. So this is interesting, and let's see what happens. Once again, because of the decentralized nature, we'll have to see if it's adopted by all the miners. But here, Jack Dorsey tweeted out the monitor site taproot.watch, and you can see essentially all the respective adoption items. So we'll see what happens, guys. We'll see what happens. But Bitcoin certainly needs some scaling solutions to reduce transaction fees, make things faster, so on and so forth. Anyway, guys, that's the news. What do you think about the FUD pieces from the Crypto FUD Tribunal here? Bill Maher, Warren Buffett, and Charlie Munger. They're very upset. Well, Charlie Munger and Warren Buffett are very upset, but Bill Maher, I think he's just a tool, and he's putting out just a hit piece. Maybe could just for impressions and clicks, or once again, some behind the scenes donor is saying, hey, put this hit piece out, and because we don't like crypto. So we shall see, but nevertheless, they cannot stop it. The genie's out the bottle. The train has left the station. And if you've been here long enough in this market, you've seen that. All kinds of FUD pieces, anything you can think of, they've tried to throw at Bitcoin and the crypto market, but it still keeps going. Cannot stop this global asset class. And it's on the blockchain. It's borderless. And you can be anywhere, any part of the world. As long as you have internet access, you can participate in the asset class. So leave your thoughts and comments below, hit the thumbs up button, share this video, and I will talk to you all later.